You see this? This is a Canon FD 50mm 1.4 made in 1971. It's the silver nose, as you can see the silver rim around here. It's a silver nose or chrome nose. And you see it has a 55mm lens hood on there. Well, about half an hour ago, this lens hood wouldn't have fit on here. Why?
Why? Because we like you.
Because the rim was dented. And that's one reason why I got it really cheap, for one thing. You know, because you couldn't put on any ND filters or polarizers or a lens hood like this one. So therefore, to a lot of people, they just weren't interested in buying it. But I did. And the reason is because I have this little tool that looks just like this. It's a lens repair tool. And basically what it does is you take these threaded rims here, put them on the inside of your lens if it's dented, and you screw this out so that the flange presses up against the edge of the rim, and you work it around. It's threaded, of course. Work it around and around near the dent so that it starts to push the dent back out. And it's not easy. I mean, it takes it takes some elbow grease. It takes a little bit of effort to do it. But for $10, you know, hey, why not? Saved myself, or you could say rescued a broken heart, and created something that is quite usable now. And I could put filters on it, and everything worked out just great. So how did I do it? With that little tool. I'll be back in a second. First, a little intro from Modesty Photography.
Here I am, Vietnam. Rain is always coming down.
This is Camera Talk with Dr. Scott. All right, this week I'm going to be looking at, again, something a little different than our usual vintage lens, you know, performance and qualities and cameras and their systems and so forth and so on. Today I also have a special guest here, as you can see, the young master Dylan McDonald here. Yeah. So, are we gonna make a video with Daddy? Yeah. 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 Well said. Well said. All right. So, what I'm going to be doing is taking a look at, again, another way to save you money, because this is Modesty Photography, and I'm looking to help you do things in an economical way, save money the best you can. So what I did is, I bought this vintage Canon FD mount 50mm 1.4 lens made in 1971. As you can see, it has a chrome, it's called a silver nose or chrome nose.
Got my 629 Halo edition out here, 44 Magnum.
And it was the first of its kind. So it's kind of the one of the vanguards in the 50mm 1.4 range for Canon entering into the 70s. But I got a really killer deal on it, because over here, and I'm sure you cannot see it from where you are unless you have eagle eyes. Do you have eagle eyes, mister? What's that look like? What does that look like? Yeah, right there. It's a dent. It's a dented rim. You may not think that's a big deal, but one, you can get a much better buying price on something that's damaged than you can with something that's in pristine mint condition. So, well, the fact that it has a little dent in the rim doesn't really mean a whole heck of a lot as far as performance goes, right? You can still use this on your lens. Yeah, play with that. You can use this on your lens, and because it's a vintage manual focus lens, I use it on my my Sony A7R II with an adapter, of course, and it works just fine, manual focus. But if you want to go putting ND filter or polarizer or a hood, the threads won't catch because of that, because of the dent. As you can see, it just spins around and around on top, and the teeth don't, the threads don't bite into it at all. So what I'm going to do for you today is show you a little trick.
Silly rabbit tricks are for kids.
Not only to fix the rim so that it could take that, but as I said earlier, a way to save yourself a bunch of money. We're going to be using this little tool right here. It's a what's called a lens repair tool, and it's basically a way to get the you know, get the filter threads spread apart. So these lugs here go into the midst of the lens here. They can bite here, or you can basically they're made for smaller lenses on one side, larger lenses on the other. But because they spread apart far enough too, even the smaller ones can go to a 55. This is a 55 millimeter filter thread. So using that, these teeth are going to sit inside the rim, and I'm slowly going to pull them apart, which basically pushes on both sides. And there's threads, again, which you can't see here, but I'll show you some photos, close-ups of that. So these threads match up with the threads on the filter rim, and once you get it tight, you basically turn back and forth in this direction, you know, and what it's going to do is straighten out that dent in the metal. And it's not easy. It's going to take some back and forth, but it's you think it's easy? Huh? You think you could do this yourself? Huh? Really? Well, you give it a try, mister. I'll do my lens, I'll give you one lens, you can try yours. So anyway, that's what we're in for today. So buckle up and let's get rocking and rolling. Before I do, one thing, don't worry, I'm going to show you this in a second. But besides the lens that you need, as you can tell, this is made of metal. Metal on glass is probably not the ideal remedy to fix this kind of thing. So what you're gonna do is take some thin cardboard. I took the lid off of my, you know, since we're living in the world of COVID-19, I took the lid off of my face mask. As you can see, picture of the face mask there, and I cut out a couple discs. I could almost wear my face mask. Does that look good on Daddy? Well, get a smile out of you anyway. Yeah. So, yeah, thin cardboard, thick cardboard. Any piece of cardboard really is gonna be good enough, because what you want to do is provide a barrier between the glass and the tool. So these are gonna fit right inside the rim like this. And again, I'll show you close-ups as we go along. And then of course the tool itself is going to marry up right with the rim like this. And then I'm going to go back and forth, slowly, applying greater and greater pressure until the lens has, or the filter has straightened itself out. So let's. I think that was it. Yeah, that's it for all my tools. So yeah, so let's get a close up of this in action. All right, so you, mister, I think you better go find Mom. Yeah, what's Mom up to? You know, again, you can get this off of eBay, get off of Amazon. You know, again, it's all metal, very cheap. I don't know, I think I paid maybe $10 or something for this. Not that expensive at all, made in China. Basically, you just need that, but to be safe, you know, as I mentioned in the video earlier, you know, I took a piece of cardboard here from the lid of my box for my mask, for my COVID thing, you know, and I cut out a couple circles. You know, I just traced the lens cap, you know, cut them out, and basically what I'm going to do is just insert them in the front of the lens here, so that when I put the tool in here, the glass is going to be protected by the cardboard. And just to show you, you know, again with the you know, I don't know if this will focus in on that or not, but that's a 55 millimeter hood, which is the 55 millimeter end of the barrel on this too. So again, just to show you, you know, trying to line this up, get it to thread properly on here is not working. No matter how slow I try, or even if I kind of try to force it in there, it just gets wedged in and doesn't move. So basically, this doesn't fit this, but it should. So hopefully after this is all said and done, it will fit. So you know, the whole reason for this again is to give you some options as to saving yourself some money, right? Fix it yourself, why not? So anyway, here we are. Let's get this in here, and basically what you want to do is take the wider end here, because these this side here, the narrow side is for small lenses, like some of my old, you know, 80-year-old Leicas and whatnot will fit in there. So anyway, for these ones, use the wider flange on this. And what you want to do is lay it right across the opening and try to line up the threads on both sides. First, I have to find where my dent is, don't I? Here I am jumping right into it without identifying. It's on this side here. So what I'm going to want to do is start from this side and work my way around, try and even that out, and then I'm going to try and come back the other side, and then finally straight onto the lens, straight onto the dent itself, so that hopefully the flange can help push that out. So I'm going to cut, once I get into these, I'm going to cut so we're not on, we're not live doing this whole thing, which may take half an hour at a time, and I don't want you to sit through that. So basically, just want to make sure it's flush equally on both sides, and turn the knob here, and I see I'm pretty much, maybe not quite as even on the left side as I am on the right. So balance that out. That looks pretty good right there. Alright, so again, tightening it out. And then what I'm going to want to do is twist it. Hold on, it's too tight. Yeah, too tight, it won't move. Alright, there we go. Twist it until it gets stiff. Once it gets stiff, you can tell now it's getting to the dent. Once you get to the dent, it tends to stiffen up. So, but that's basically what you're going to want to do for the next 10 or 20 minutes. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to come back and try the other side. So hold on a sec. All right, so after plenty of shifting this thing back and forth, I finally got it to where I think we're gonna be good enough, so to speak. You know, again, I've you know, ground this thing round and around. You know, you can see little metal shavings coming off the silver nose here, as well as pressing it tight up against the actual dent itself. So let's remove this. Give it a final test. Blow off any metal shavings. Hopefully that didn't get in my eye. Safety first, as they say, safety first. So here is my 55, again, the 55 millimeter hood on here. And basically, let's just see if this threads in. Remember, it did not thread in before. Oh, it's actually off center here. Huh? Look at that. Look at that, huh? Snug as a bug in a rug. That's about as good as we can ask for. All for $10. Eh? $10 and a little bit of elbow grease. Took care of that, but hey, can't complain, right? I mean, that's with a lens hood on there, 55 millimeter, and I think we pretty much took a cheapy little lens here and salvaged it and turned it into an excellent little lens. So that's pretty much it. All right, so let's get back to the office. Voila. Well, that was camera talk with Dr. Scott and future Dr. Dylan here. You don't think so? Anyway, well, that was camera talk with Dr. Scott. So do us a favor, subscribe. Your turn. Subscribe. And together, subscribe. And give us a thumbs up. Can you give us a thumbs up? You get your finger up. Get your thumbs up. Thumbs up. Oh, remember, who does the thumbs up thing? The thumbs up girls. You want to see the thumbs up girls? You want to see the thumbs up girls? Yeah, high five. One thing I forgot to mention before we scram-a-ram. Well, hopefully for one thing, you learned a little something about lens repair, at least with the rim. So as I said, if you want to save yourself some money, get out there, bid on some damaged stuff that a lot of people just don't want to deal with because they're like, oh my God, I can't put my filter on or my stuff. And I know. And then you can get yourself some great deals, right? Save yourself some money. Save yourself some money. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Pfft. Who doesn't like to save money? That's what I think. So, how else can you save money? Luminar. So talking about photo editing. Yeah. Say it. Photo editing. Photo editing. Anyway, photo editing. You want to save yourself some money on that? You know, Lightroom, those guys, the capture ones are all a little pricey. They are. I know it's way too expensive for our taste, right? But Luminar. Luminar is a really economical program. Costs maybe 67 bucks or 57 bucks, whatever, something like that. Click below. I'll save you $10 more on that, so it's even cheaper. And you get a little something for Dr. Dad here, right? Yeah. Hey, you're getting spit all over yourself. Yeah, enough of that. So, and Luminar's also got a new program called Luminar AI, artificial intelligence, where you basically hover over various presets to see what they would look like. And basically the computer analyzes your photograph and figures out what's the best way to go. Do you know the best way to go? Oh, time for you to disappear. Where's Dylan? Where's Dylan? So, well, that's it for this week. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. And as he says, for 2020. So, enjoy. Have yourself a great week. Have yourself a great weekend. Ready to say goodbye? Bye.
Here I am.